Thanks to a federal grant, the Richland Fire Department has rugged laptops called MDTs installed in every emergency response vehicle in the fleet. MDTs stand for Mobile Data Terminal, and the computers allow firefighters to have constant wireless internet access, the ability to have all emergency call information and mapping data directly in their cab, and they can communicate the real-time status of all fire units so that dispatch and captains always know where certain vehicles are.
Each fire station that's been dispatched will get in the vehicle and get on the radio and say we're en route. We're responding to the scene. That changes us from being in the computer-aided dispatch system, in the computer at SECOMM, changes us from being in the station to heading for the call. And then the dispatcher will relay the phone call information from the 911 call. When we arrive at the incident, whether it's an EMS call or a fire, we tell SECOMM that we've arrived. And that again moves us from an en route status to an arrived status. So now basically instead of having to communicate all these things verbally over the radio, it's simply a push button on the computer. So when we go en route, we just hit the en route button and the status in the computer at dispatch changes from available quarters to en route to the call. Cuts down the radio traffic, which hopefully will lighten the workload a little bit of the dispatchers because they have a very, very busy, sometimes frantic job of keeping track of everything and closing those communication loops. So it should speed that whole process up for us. One of the struggles for the dispatchers is the fire dispatchers are dispatching for so many different agencies. So they could literally be running 5, 6, 7 calls at one time. And so if we call in with an arrived status, we've arrived at the scene, they may be on the radio with another agency at that point, and it might take them 15 to 20 seconds to get back to our screen and enter our arrival time. So, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but when we're measuring in terms of minutes our en route and arrival times in terms of performance measures, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds can definitely make a difference. And the push button approach will timestamp when we're actually moving or when we're actually at the scene or when we're actually leaving the station much, much more accurately so that when we report how we're doing against the benchmarks we've set, it'll be far more accurate. Within that laptop, we have the statusing ability. We also have the ability to now access some of the resources that are available by way of the internet, such as hazardous materials resources, incident command forms, Google Earth, which will give us some topographical information for wildland fires. The battalion chiefs and the chief officers in the area will be able to take a look at all of their resources that are available. We've got a lot of growth potential in the future with these, but even initially they give us a lot of additional tools to work with in real time.
The MDTs lend themselves to some exciting upgrades as funding becomes available. One add-on the department is eyeing is called AVL, or Automatic Vehicle Location. This is a GPS service that would give dispatch officers the ability to see exactly where each emergency response vehicle is, so that they could dispatch the closest unit instead of the closest staffed firehouse.